Welcome back, people, to a new video on LSTV. And today we're going to talk about transfers and what's going on in the world of football. So, without further ado, let's get started. Firstly, Manchester United have signed Cuhna, which is a great signing, in my opinion. There are some people that believe that it's not a good signing because of the amount that we paid and all that. But I just see it as you have to pay for quality. You know, we're not going to go and get a player of that quality for like 20 million or 30 million or something like that. Maybe Turkey, you know, he was an option, but it looks like Man City, unfortunately, are going to crush my dreams and realities, which is just the worst thing in the world. But we don't have to talk about that. But yeah, Cuhna, I think he's a great fit. He plays the exact same system at Wolves, and he did really well in that system. He was one of the top scorers in the Premier League last season for a Wolves side that him and Shaw Larson were the only two really doing anything, and the rest of the side, and I Nori. But in terms of attacking areas, there's really just Shaw Larson and Cuhna. So I'm glad we can get a main man for a team, and already in the Premier League as well. So it's not like he has to go through a whole adoption period or anything like that. He can just come in and hopefully just hit the ground running, because we need something like that. We need an injection in our attack right now, because our attack last season was just toothless. That's really what it was the entire season, toothless. Like, who scored our most Premier League goals? I think it was Ahmad with 8 goals. Like, Ahmad did well individually, but our top scorer being only on 8 goals in the league is mad. It's actually mad. Like, I still can't believe I through a whole season and no one scored 10 Premier League goals. That is crazy. I'm Manchester United. No one scored 10 Premier League goals. But anyways, yeah, I'm glad to get Cuhna in. Hopefully he can get 10 plus Premier League goals. That's what I'm hoping. And maybe like, 15 plus 15, 20 in all competitions. Because we are not European football. So I'm not expecting him to score like 20 goals or anything like that, because we just don't have the amount of games for that. But since we are one game a week, I expect him to come in and play well and hit the ground running, man. Because we need that. And we're linked to players like Mbeumo, which is good to see. We're linked to players within the Premier League. And gone are the days, it seems, because anything can change at Manchester United, because we know it's a circus. It seems that we're finally working within the league, and gone are the days of signing the big name player from, I don't know, like, I'm just going to call PSG, and then they just come in and flop. Because we just signed him just because his name, not because he actually fits the profile of the team or the style of play or anything. So it seems that we're actually signing players that really do fit the how we want to play. Like Dorgu fits that left wing back role perfectly. He got progressively better and better as he kept playing games and stuff like that. So I expect probably the same from Cuhna, but I think Cuhna will die a little bit faster because he played in that system at Wolves. So it's a great signing in my opinion. 60 million release clause, and we're playing it in installments as well. I don't see a negative in it. Honestly, I really don't see a negative in it. I just don't. I also just don't see, like, hopefully these are not the famous last words, but I don't see how he flops, man. Like, there's just too many, like, factors as to why he can't or shouldn't flop, you know what I'm saying? But as we know, the last 13 years at Manchester United, we bring in players and all of them flop. All of them just get worse. Pogba, Martial, Sancho, like Rashford, like, all these players I've just been throughout the years just get progressively worse some way, somehow. So I wouldn't be surprised at the same time if what I'm saying right now is just not happening, and he just comes in and just scores 5 goals and everyone's like, like, we done it again. But we need more. We need more. So players like Mbeumo, they're looking at Mateta. Today we've been linked with Mitrovic in the forward line. Mitrovic, I mean, I don't know. Like, Mitrovic is not a bad player. Last time he was in the Premier League, he did score 15 Premier League goals for Fulham. And he is a bagsman, to be fair. I think he has the record for the most goals in Championship, or second most or something. I have him and Ivan Toney, one of them have it. And he does buy goals in the Premier. But, like, do we want to spend 40 million as is quoted on Mitrovic right now? Is that what we're really trying to do? I don't know. I think, like, if you're gonna sign a player like Mitrovic, I feel like it should be along with another striker. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we get a main guy, and then Mitrovic can be, that guy that just comes off the bench maybe in the 70th minute and just tries to get a goal because of his aerial presence and box presence, and he's a good striker. He's a good player. Like, he can start some games here and there too. Like, I wouldn't mind Mitrovic starting games, but is it really what we want to sign right now for what we need? I don't know. Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below, but I don't know. But if we sign Mitrovic, I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna freak out. I'm not gonna be like, oh, why do we sign this brother? I kind of understand. You know, he can score goals. Today we've also been linked with Gonzalo Ramos from PSG, who I think is a bit underrated in terms of goal scoring specifically, just goal scoring, because he does actually score a decent amount of goals and has a good goal to game ratio and stuff like that. Because he was injured for the first part of this season and came back in. If you look at it, like, I'm not a stats man all the time, but hey, sometimes you gotta just respect it. Look at the stats. Look at the goals to game ratio. He does score in a lot of games. He scored in some big games for PSG in their Champions League campaign. So he did contribute. And I think he played in every single round. He scored versus Man City. Should have scored versus Arsenal as well, but, you know, he's still young, 23 years old. He's not a bad player. If we brought him in for 40 million or maybe on loan or something, along with another striker. See, that's the thing. Like, yes, we have Zerski and all, but I think Zerski should just be a 10, in my opinion. But move on from that. But if we bring in like a Goncalo or a Mitrovic, I think it has to be another striker. That's just how I see it. That's really just how I see it. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting transfer window. It's going to be a very interesting transfer window. It's officially open today, for a little bit because of the Club World Cup. So it's just to give everyone the chance to sign players in this period. Do I think that United will make another signing now in this period? No. I don't think we'll sign anybody until after the Club World Cup other than Cuhna. That's just how I think it will happen, because we have to get rid of people. You know, we got to sell Rashford. We got to sell Anthony. We got to sell Lindelof. We got to Ericsson, this brother. We got to work on that. We got to work on the sales and players coming out right now because we need money to generate, and because we didn't win the Europa League. I don't know if that 8 million that we just got in Hong Kong is really going to help, but you know what I'm saying? We need to make some sales before we make some purchases, man. But I do like who we're linked to so far. I do like the Mbeumos. I do like the Semeos. I do like maybe even Matata. I do like how we're looking to buy within the Premier League. But me personally, I think we should just tap into League One. You know, players that come from League One for some reason I don't know, they don't really flop like that, you know? Like, it happens, obviously, because it just happens with transfers. People are going to flop. But usually when you go and buy, like, that bargain guy from a Rennes or something like that, like I do it. You know what I'm saying? A bargain guy from a Rennes or a Toulouse or something like that, some mad thing like that. And they just come in and just play well. So I think we should tap into that market if we're tight on funds and stuff like that. That's how I see things. Hopefully we do that, because I think that we're going to get more and more links and stuff. We'll kind of get an idea of what kind of profile of players we're going to go for. The truth is we don't know much right now of what our transfer strategy fully is because it's early. So I'm hoping to God that we can make some good signs, because we need it. And after that horrific season, we can't have another season like that, like, ever again, or even like remotely close to that. We can't. We need to be finishing in a European spot next season. That is the aim. It sounds bad as Manchester United aiming for a European spot, not winning for the Premier League. I have a friend that thinks that we should win the Premier League next season because we have one game a week, and I just like, how would you, like, I don't know what y'all think about that statement, but that's a bit mad to me. Like, you finish 15th, and then, oh my God, because we didn't get into European football, it means that we're supposed to win the league the next season. Like Liverpool are not going to get better. Like Man City are not going to get better. Like Chelsea are not going to get better. Like Arsenal are not going to get better. They've already been better than us. So we have to work to get over the clubs that have already been better. We finished 15th last season. Like, I don't know. Some people forget that. Like, 15th is mad. You know what I'm saying? So for me, our aim next season is European football. Maybe, hopefully, win an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup. I'm hoping for like a Carabao Cup, because I don't think that the big teams are going to take the Carabao Cup specifically seriously. Because they have other trophies to focus on. You know, they got the Champions League. You know, some even have the Super Cup. You know, some they got the FA Cup, all that kind of thing. So if you could maybe win the Carabao Cup, get into European football that way, get a little Conference League thing going on. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. Status of job, but it is what it is. It's the reality of Manchester United right now, man. But I don't know what y'all think. What do y'all think? Who do you think we should sign for the striker position? Is Cuhna a good signing? We need another 10. Who do you think that should be? And what other positions do you think massively need upgrading in this team? Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. and I will see you all in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace out.